So one possibility is that they could strike down the D.C. gun law, but if they do that, we think it would be a pretty narrow decision. Another possibility is that they could actually send the case back to the lower courts for further review. And this was the surprise suggestion of a brief that was filed by the Bush Justice Department. That is a brief that actually argued that the D.C. Circuit's decision should be reversed, not because they got the meaning of the Second Amendment wrong, but because they did not properly apply the individual rights view in this case. Whereas the D.C. Circuit had said that once a gun can be identified as an arm that is protected under the Second Amendment, you cannot ban it, regardless of its threat to public safety and regardless of whether there may be other guns available for home self-defense. Well, that was even too much for the Bush Justice Department to swallow, because they were very worried that that kind of reasoning might lead to successful challenges to certain federal gun laws, including the federal ban on machine guns. So they said the Supreme Court should reverse the D.C. Circuit decision and send the case back for more fact-finding on those basic questions of whether there are other guns available for self-defense, whether the guns at issue in this case, handguns primarily, are uniquely dangerous to public safety. That is a decision that enraged the pro-gun community. Actually, the Heller lawyers called the Justice Department brief absurd, because as you can imagine, for them, a handgun ban is categorically unconstitutional. And that is a proposition that the Justice Department was basically disagreeing with. The Justice Department was saying it may well depend on the facts. So that is another possibility, although there was not much discussion of that possibility of remand during the oral argument. And of course, the third possibility is that the High Court could simply affirm the traditional militia view, and what that would mean is that, as we have had for the last 70 years, the gun control issue would basically be decided by elected representatives of the people without the interference of courts. It would basically affect not much change in the way the courts have dealt with gun control.